Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we need to send Jeb back home, but I really don't think this is the craft to do it in. Like, realistically, look at this thing. It has no heat shield, it has no parachutes. I really don't think this is a good idea. However, version 1.8.1 has hit. So, let's hop over to this guy here and see if it fixed our physics kraken. Maybe it did. Now, to find this out, I think our best bet is just going to be to pop open the cheat menu and turn on the object thrower. So, object thrower, armed. Okay. And then we're going to just try to tip this up this way. Oh, we also need to turn on the unbreakable joints, no crash damage. Okay, because this thing shouldn't be upside down if it wasn't for the physics kraken. So then we'll just go ahead and have the object thrower armed and ready to go. Oh my. Okay. Well, that was a little bit more powerful than I was looking for. But what we need to do is turn on SAS and see if we can get this thing under control. And then down on the ground. We'll jump the speed down for the object thrower a wee bit. And we'll just try to get this arrested a bit in terms of its momentum. Okay, we're just going to attempt to stop our roll. Like, I mean, I just want to hit the ground and see if it's still spazzing. And if it is, then I'll just reload and we'll continue with the original plan. We're really kind of moving. I was really kind of unable to see if it hit the ground there. Or once it hit the ground, if it was still spazzing. So let's just come on in here. I don't know. It's very hard to see. And we're coming in upside down. Perfect. This is, I guess, to be expected. But I just want to check real quick. Oh, here we go. We're going to be able to find out. Okay, it's not fixed. The physics kraken is definitely not fixed. Yep, definitely not fixed. Good to know. Okay, I'm just going to load the previous save. And in fact, I'm just going to do this. Wait a second. We completed this contract. Okay. I'm gonna completely reload because that was not the correct place for it to resume that. So we're just gonna hop in here. And with any luck, it's going to be correct. I hope. Let's check our contracts. Yes, this is correct. Okay, so now we'll hop over. Actually, we don't even need to hop over. We can just leave here because we need to send a craft to go pick up Jeb. And we need to bring the green sandstone with him. So we need something that can re-enter and can carry Jeb, and might as well carry Valentina too, honestly. So let's bring something that can re-enter, but can carry two. Let's see here. We're going to want to bring, I guess, a Mark 1-3 command pod. That's substantially larger. We could potentially just bring like a P re-entry module, and I think that's going to be what we're going to do, actually. So let's bring one of these guys, and then we will attach on a couple of parachutes. We're definitely going to need a regular chute, and then we'll just do, I think, 2 drogue chutes. The only thing that we are returning here is this capsule. Let's try to make sure that that's not blocked. There we go. Place the drogue chute here, the main chute here. We kind of don't want to deploy this ever. We'll put a decoupler here. There we go. And then we'll need a landing stage here. So let's put a fuel tank that is, say, a T400, like this. And then we'll put a engine here. This will be a Terrier. And then we'll just quad-couple some tanks out on the sides, just to make sure we've got enough. We'll have these be T400s as well. About like so. And then we'll put some landing legs on this, just to make sure that we can actually land. That tends to help. Landing legs. Perfect. Let's go ahead and run a fuel line in. About like that. Excellent. With a fuel line run in, we should be fine. We'll put a decoupler on top of these, and then an aerodynamic nose cone on top of those. Perfection. And then we're pretty much ready to put a decoupler here, although I should probably put a heat shield here. We can recover the heat shield or just jettison it, either way. There we go, a heat shield there for re-entry. That should be good. And then we just need a decoupler down here. A bit of a maneuvering stage. We'll go for a T800 for that, as well as a Terrier. Something like this. And then we'll just... We'll call this the Jeb Getter. There we go. That's the Jeb Getter. And then we'll go ahead and append in the Flea 2, which is massively overkill, and I love it. We'll put this decoupler right here. We'll put the Flea 2 right here. Start this retracted, put in a couple of struts. So we'll put in a strut like so. That should be plenty. And then just to be safe, we'll put in a strut from here to here as well. Perfect. That should do the trick. That should be just fine as a Jeb Getter. And we'll need to check our staging, because our staging is horribly wrong. This is awful. Okay, so we need these guys to run, and then we detach off, not that. We want to detach off our sides. So we want to do this right here. This is some awful staging that it set up. Okay, with those detaching, then our center core is going to continue until it detaches. Is this a maneuvering stage? This is a maneuvering stage. Hang on, we don't need this maneuvering stage. We can simplify this dramatically. There we go. That's a little bit awkward. Right there. I hope that we don't end up destroying those. Wait, what is even happening here? There we go. Okay. So I hope that we don't end up destroying these. Realistically, we should probably rotate this a little bit so that that doesn't become a thing. We do want it quad-coupled. No, we want it quad-coupled. There we go. And we'll just rotate it kind of like this. That should be perfectly fine. Okay. And we'll need to attach these guys back in. Not like this. Not like this at all. This is awful. We're going to attach it like this. I guess we'll just attach it straight in. That'll do. Okay, we've got our maneuvering stage, so let's double check our staging here. We've got our 3 down here, and then our side boosters pop off. And then our next thing needs to be our center core popping off, which is here. So that needs to be down here. This can be up here for now. And then we want to fire our maneuvering stage at this point. Okay, and then we detach our center, or rather we detach our maneuvering stage, which is this decoupler. This stage can fire when we fire our maneuvering stage. That'll get rid of our nose cones. So we detach our maneuvering stage, then we fire our landing stage down here. Get rid of stage 4. Okay, that gets rid of our side tanks. We essentially eject that on the way back in once these are empty. And then we detach this here, which then exposes our heat shield, which can be down here, and then our drogue chutes fire, and then our main chute, and then this. Okay, I think our staging is good. I hope our staging is good. Now, I'm going to make sure that our cheats are back offline, because I don't want them on. They were only on explicitly for the purpose of checking the physics kraken. It was not fixed in 1.81, so that's okay. Double check our staging. This all looks good so far. Yep, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Yep, looks good. Okay, let's go get Jeb. Now we're going to have to make sure that we bring the green sandstone with us. Jeb might have stored it in that cockpit. If that's the case, we're probably going to need to go get another one, unless there's a way to get it out of the cockpit. There might be. Oh, Bill and Bob are in this. Hang on. I didn't mean to recover. I meant to revert, but it's fine. That's right. Bill and Bob would be in this. I don't want Bill and Bob to be in this. So let's hop back in the VAB. We want it to be empty, which does mean that we are going to need to put a drone core on this. And I think I'm actually going to put the drone core down at the bottom under this heat shield, now that I think about it. So we'll put that there, and then we'll grab a drone core. Specifically, we want to grab the remote guidance unit. There we go. And then double check that staging. Looks like it did break our drogue chute parachute priority, but otherwise this all looks pretty good. Yep, that looks fine. And then let's make sure that we don't have Kerbals in this. Fantastic. Now we'll launch it. Okay, let's get this guy into orbit. And if this doesn't have enough delta V, well, I'm going to be really sad. Because I know for a fact it has enough delta V. Off we go. This is a lot of thrust. I'm throttling it down. At least until we get up a little ways. And then we're going to fetch Jeb and Valentina. Getting Valentina out of the Kraken mobile is going to be exciting, to be sure. But it's currently upside down, and I think it'll be okay. So we'll have to make sure that we grab the green sandstone from Jeb's current location, if we can. If we can't, we might have to grab a different green sandstone. But then we'll just bring them back, and we'll just leave that base to the Kraken, I guess. So we are currently passing through Max Q, and it is a wondrous sight to behold. The question is, do I feel brave enough to begin a gravity turn already? I don't know. Apoapsis is currently about 20 kilometers. We're moving at about 400 meters per second. I think we'll begin the gravity turn once we're about here on the atmosphere gauge. Okay, let's begin this gravity turn. Feels good so far. Oh, we were tipping a little faster than I would have liked, but I'm able to control it for now. Yeah, this seems good. Seems good. Right at that horizon, before the side tanks are burned off. I like it. We're going to maintain stability here and ditch those side tanks, throttling up to full. Okay, our apoapsis is almost in space. Time to apoapsis is currently decreasing, so we need to be burning right now. Excellent. Apoapsis is still going up, but time to apoapsis is now increasing. Once we reach an apoapsis, even, of 80 kilometers, I'll cut throttle for a little bit. Apoapsis is increasing quite a lot, or time 2. But that's okay. I'm going to cut throttle. And let's go ahead and get ourselves fully into orbit with a maneuver node. We'll do something along the lines of this. Should be fine. Lock to that maneuver node. It's going to take forever to get there. Burn time of 1 minute, so we need to do this at T-minus 30 seconds. As soon as we're out of the atmosphere, I will start physics warping. Actually, I'll physics warp it, since we still need to be turning. Burn time is now 25 seconds. Okay, so T-minus 12.5 seconds then. Okay, we're pretty much turned. And we need to burn this now. And off we go into orbit. We'll be ditching these nose cones relatively soon, like when we start our inclination turn, probably, is when I think I'll go ahead and ditch these. We're going to run out of fuel just at the end of this burn. Oh my, they impacted there. Okay. We're in orbit, right? Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Just hold this attitude, please. I did not expect those to impact the re-entry module, but we appear to be okay. So that's good. We'll go ahead and set Minmus as our target because we need to fetch our people. And then at the next node, which looks to be the ascending node, we will go ahead and change our inclination to be correct. That is not the direction I want to go. This is the direction I want to go. 2. That appears to be the best we can get from there. There we go. Perfect. We'll go ahead and align to that maneuver node, and you know what we didn't include? We didn't include batteries. Or solar panels, for that matter. Luckily, we have alternators. But that's certainly exciting. We have a fair amount of electric charge. Hopefully it's enough. We'll have to see. But I didn't include any solar panels, so I'm an idiot. I knew I was forgetting something, I just didn't know what I was forgetting. I'm going to warp ahead a little bit here, but you can see, as we warp, our electric charge consumption is a little bit obnoxious. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Luckily, we do have a lot of Delta V, so we can probably utilize some of that. If our electric charge goes all the way to nil, we've got a problem. At least until we have landed on the surface. So, I'm going to quick save here. And we're going to have to do some manual warping to make sure that doesn't happen. It's entirely my fault and entirely avoidable, but we're going to work with it. However, it is past time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to make sure that hopefully our electric charge doesn't wear off. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you all next time.